It's the end of season 9 here in Dog Turds into Diamonds. We have come back for the final game of the season at home against Exeter. And as you can see, we have finished second in the league. We are going up to League One. We couldn't unfortunately hold on to Colchester's coattails in the run-in, but we are into League One for season 10. So we shouldn't be too down on ourselves. Let's get into it and let's see what we can do today. Oh, and one more thing. Club legend James Price is now in League One himself, but with Bristol Rovers. Yep, the man who shot us through the leagues, helped us win the Vanarama League North, the Vanarama National League, and establish ourselves in League Two, has moved on. And, well, he's done okay, it looks like. Sort of. Let's get into this. Let's see how the last game of the season goes. Yes, here we go then. Last game of season 9, our last game in League 2. We are going up and we want to try and get to 99 points today. We are taking on Exeter and they need to win to stay up. They are 23rd in the league, a huge game for them. So we could condemn them to the Vanarama National League at the same time as we wave goodbye to League Two. I feel a bit bad about that. I feel a bit bad about sending a team down. But we got to do what we got to do. I want those 99 points. I'm really disappointed that we haven't managed to break 100 points. The first half of the season, we got somewhere around 60 points. So we were well on to have an absolutely incredible season. The second half of the season, things have dropped off. We haven't been able to maintain it. We ended up equal in the League Two unbeaten record in the end. We went 28 games unbeaten. But then once that record went, yeah, things kind of, I'm not going to say fell apart, but yeah, we couldn't keep up the same levels through to the end of the season. On the player stats there on the right hand side, you see Lee Watkins has been far and away the highest rated player in League Two. He's been absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping that he gets League Two player of the season. I think he absolutely deserves it. He's been phenomenal, the Birmingham man. I've been trying to renew his loan for next season, but at the moment Birmingham are telling us that they want him to play with higher level players. Now, once we get confirmed as a League One team, I'm hoping they'll be a bit more open to letting us have him for a third season on loan. I mean, he's been an absolute rock for us. Yeah, I mean, look at that average rating, 7 Player of the Match awards. He's just been fantastic. He's developed brilliantly. I would love to keep him around for the League One campaign. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what Birmingham say. But yeah, he's a real contender for Player of the Season. Now, Mark McFadden at one point was leading the goal scoring charts for League Two. He did lose his place for a little while to Mubama. Mubama was complaining about not getting game time, so he kind of got a run in the side, and it means Mark McFadden has dropped out of the top goal scorers. But he is still up there. He's in 4th place. Look, he's scored. Well, he's actually tied on 3rd place with 2 other players. Look, so he's scored 19 goals in 38 league games in 30 starts. He has had a good season. Could he perhaps finish 2nd with a good day against Exeter? He could do. I am going to start him in the game. He hasn't improved as much as I was hoping over the course of the season. I don't think he is going to be our League One striker. I don't think he's going to have that quality to do it in League One. But hopefully he can finish as high as possible with a good performance against Exeter today. Before we go into the game, I'll just show you the way results have gone. So when the last time you were here, we drew at home against Colchester at the start of January. After that, You can see we lost to Wrexham. That was our attempt at going 29 games unbeaten. We lost away at Wrexham. It wasn't a great performance. You can see here Wrexham far and away the better team, and it was a Reed own goal in the 89th minute that lost it. They only had 3 shots on target themselves, but they were the better team, no doubt about it. It was a really disappointing performance to lose that record on. You can see from the player ratings there, Igor Luiz terrible, Simpson terrible, Rossiter was poor, Evans was terrible, McFadden was terrible. Really sad way to lose the unbeaten run. And from there, we kind of struggled to capture form and through to the end of the season. Drew at Hartlepool, beat Gillingham away, then drew away at Sutton, drew at home against Fleetwood when we really should have won this game. We just started to drop points. You can see we had a much better XG. We had 60% of the possession, but in terms of shots, it was pretty even. Yeah, just disappointing the way we have kind of dropped off towards the end of the season. We lost 2 in a row here. Look, at home against Shrewsbury, away against Notts County. We then drew. I mean, have a look at this. Actually, I'll show you the stats on the Shrewsbury home game. We lost 1-0, but look, we completely dominated the game. Our XG wasn't that much better than them, and that was the real problem. McFadden playing a 6.2, Duffus a 6.4. These are all things that kind of tell me that we don't really have the strikers capable of doing it in League One. I'm part of the summer transfer strategy is going to be finding a completely new front line. We drew at home against Leyton Orient, and look at this. They had 2 shots on target the entire game and ended up getting a draw out of it. Really annoying, this one. Really frustrating. But we did win our last game, and this was a little bit of recapturing of our form. We went away to Crewe. We were abysmal in the first half. They completely dominated us and were deservedly ahead. In the second half, we changed things around. We ended up playing a 4-2-4 to try and get back into the game, and we did, with Divin Mubama getting an equaliser before Mark McFadden coming off the bench managed to get the winning goal set up by fellow substitute Joshua Duffus. Evans was terrible again. Vowles played on the left in this one as I was just trying to change things up, but we did get the result. And that was nice because we'd been 3 games without a win, but more than that, we had only won these 2 games in how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that 9 games there we went and only won 2 games? So it was kind of needed. But that's where we are. So we've got 96 points. We want to get to the 99. I will show you the transfers that we have been doing after we play this game. We have been looking towards next season. We're obviously trying to put a squad together that can compete in League One. So there's a lot of players going to leave, and we've already confirmed a lot of players to come in. I'm excited to show you that. Let me change the goalkeeper here. Tommy Reid is going to come in goal. He's been off form in that poor run that we've had. He's conceded a lot of goals. But this is the side for today's game. Reid in goal. Mackenzie is going to be right back. That is because Igor Luiz was sent off against Notts County and is suspended for today's game. Watkins and Simpson at centre-back. Simpson has dropped off in the second half of the season as well. You can see a 7.02 rating in his last 5 games, but you can see here a 6.6, a 6.4, a 6.9. That early season form where he was right up there with Watkins as one of the best players in the league has kind of dropped away, but still got high hopes for Callum Simpson in the future. So he will partner Watkins. Cerula is going to play at left back. His last game for AFC Rushden Diamonds, I don't think he has the necessary quality to be a League One left back. He's now 31 as well. He's got 8 assists this season. He has done really well. That 11 crossing and 10 dribbling has really served us well. But I just think we need to be looking for a little bit of extra quality next season with the step up. Rossiter and Schofield, along with Agyapong in midfield. Schofield hasn't played for a couple of games. Another player that had a little bit of a drop off. I left him out. And Rossiter is playing his first game since coming back from an injury. He has signed a new contract for the next 2 years. I've managed to get him signed back on. He's on 1,000 a week. I think when we get promoted, he'll get a 25% raise. But all in all, I think he's a League One quality player, even at 33, that we need to keep around. His average rating this season doesn't look that good, but we just seem to do so much better when he's in the side. Joe Evans will play right wing, but he hasn't been great for a long time now. Varian on the left wing, McFadden up front. That has kind of been our best front line through the season. On the bench, Hordegaard, Armitage, Sharif, Mikhail, Duffus, Vowles, and Mubama. Robinson unfortunately got injured for the season, a hip injury. He's back in a month, but he has had, I think, kind of 2-3 months out. So the 35-year-old has hardly played. He's been losing ability. He's out of contract the end of next season, and I think he's got the quality to be a League One squad player. Not overly expensive, really. Hopefully we'll get to see more of him next season. We really didn't get much out of him when he picked up that injury. Davies is signed for next season. Dowling on the bench. He is not obviously not playing today. Igor Luis suspended. Malicio injured. He's another one who got a long-term injury. He's still out for another 3 months. Shay Marsh also not playing today, and he is, I believe, out of contract at the end of this season. He has got no interest in re-signing, so he will be moving on. So that's the team for today. Let's send them out onto the field and let's see if we can send the fans away happy. We have lost 2 league games at home now over the course of the season, which is disappointing. So hopefully we can kind of give the fans something to shout about to end our League 2 campaign, send them into next season optimistic on the end of two wins in a row. 2 wins and a draw it would be if we can win today. Oh, no, let's not go straight to kickoff. All right. Yeah, go and give an appropriate send-off to the fans. Go on. They reacted a little bit. That surprises me. I'm pleased to see some players actually want to give something to the fans. So that's good. So we are motivated. We are ready. I am going to set things up just with the fact that they are playing a back 5 and 2 strikers. I'm going to play with more width. I'm going to play out of defence to try and get the ball into our fullbacks. I'm going to distribute to fullbacks from the goalkeeper. Or sorry, that's in transition, isn't it? And I'm going to really press, and I'm going to keep that narrow defensive setup. We were conceding so many goals that I went back to a narrow defensive setup. I'm hoping it works out for us. So Exeter, a really poor team, have to win to stay in the league or to stand any chance of staying in the league. Hopefully we can condemn them to a defeat and send them down here. I want to send our fans away happy, but right now it is not looking good. I'm going to demand more as we get the first highlight of the game. And they are straight in, and we are very, very lucky not to be one down there. And we've finished the season so poorly. It seems to happen a lot, but we seem to have run out of steam at the end of the season. It's very frustrating. I'm going to go to an attacking mentality because this is really poor. And I'm going to demand more again of the players. The majority reacting well, but we are getting nothing out of them here. Now, do I let my players have a bit more creative freedom? I mean, this has been a dull game. Really, really poor performance again. It kind of feels like this squad has basically done everything it can. We are really in need of a bit of new blood for next season. But a decent little bit of play here. Certainly our best play of the game. McFadden couldn't find Evans. It's cut out, and will this go long from Bass? It will do. Can we win it in the air? We can't. Watkins does get in on it though, and now McFadden finds Varian. Can we get a cross in here? Varian into McFadden, and we're 1-0 up. 22 this season for McFadden, and that guarantees him finishing with a 1-2 record this season, which is very, very nice. I mean, I said at the start of the season I was hoping he could be a next level League 2 striker. To be fair to him, he has proven to be that. I don't think he's shown enough to become a next level League 1 striker. I think we need to look for a new option in the summer. But he has certainly proven himself more than capable in League 2. It's a poor performance. I'm going to tell the players not to be complacent. Or do I go with the assistant? I like this one actually. I think we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear. And the players don't react, okay? But yeah, I agree with my assistant. I think that was the option to go with. Tommy Reed well up for it in goal there. Let's see if we can get a little bit more control of the game in this second half. We improved as that first half went on. We got the goal. We've now got to really try and put our stamp on this game, hopefully. And the first highlight sees them getting away, but Mackenzie will get it on the right. The 31-year-old, I'm hoping he can be a good League 1 squad member for next season as well. But Exeter are still threatening, and they've won a penalty. And Simpson with an awful challenge. Now, Tommy Reed has not saved a penalty all season apart from in shootouts. And he doesn't save this one. Oh dear, straight down the middle. I'm going to ask the players to be more expressive. And what else can I change here? I'm going to go a little bit wider. I really don't know what else I can do. I'm going to get stuck in as well. And if Reed had just stood still, it would have been straight at him. And we are drawing the game. And it's a really poor start to the second half. We've been really disappointing in this game, and we've been disappointing for a while. And they are through with Monroe, and they are 2-1 up instantly at the start of the second half. And this is an absolute disaster as they counter-attack from our own corner. And that is really, really poor. Oh dear. And the team that went 28 games unbeaten this season to basically get us promotion is just unrecognisable. As Cerula again misplaces a pass there, trying to find Varian. Mackenzie in on it. Schofield finds McFadden. Evans, he's equalised. Joe Evans scores on the last day of the season again. He's had an abysmal season, but it is his 9th goal. So he's got 6 more goals than last season. But is he going to be able to do it in League 1? He's been so inconsistent. He's not a right winger. I think that's the biggest thing. I think I've played him there because I needed someone there. Now, I'm going to demand more of the team here, as they go straight back up the other end and back ahead. And that is absolutely dismal. What on earth was Tommy Reed doing? Why did he come for that? And it's the softest of goals. And I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push the defensive line right up. I'm going to press as hard as I can. And I think we've got to shoot on sight here and get those early crosses in. What changes can I make? What a terrible, terrible performance. Really, really poor. I'm going to bring Jordan Rossiter off so I can go 2 up front. We're going to get Mabuma in there. And I think you can see this is not a functioning team right now. What else can we do here? I really don't see any other great options. I think I'm going to bring Varian off for Vols as a winger. What else can we do? We're going to certainly go more direct now. Oh dear. And the defence, which our success was built on in the first half of the season, has just been really poor in the second half. But also you can see we've only had 6 shots at goal the entire game, only 3 on target. Do you know what? Let's make more changes here. I'm not going to pass into space because it's not working. I'm going to go into the target man, which hopefully means using Mabuma's ability in the air. I'm going to berate the players as well as we win it back. Now, can we get this ball into those danger areas? McFadden is brought down and Watts is going to be sent off. And we've now got the last 11 minutes with a man advantage when we don't even get to see the free kick. Let's go very attacking, but it looks like one of those Football Manager games that is just going to peter out at the end with 0 highlights. And we are going to lose at home again as they get a free kick. Reed collects. Can we at least salvage a draw? To be honest, I keep having to tell myself that we're going up as Evans gets the equaliser. 2 on the last game of the season for him, but it's a really poor performance. I keep having to remind myself that we've gone up as second place in the league because I feel like the last 10 games have really been so depressing to see the team just kind of fall apart. And it's really only the sending off which gives our stats any respectability at the end of that game. Really, really poor, really disappointing. And we've had a life and death battle with a team that has been relegated from League 2 there. We end with 97 points. I'm going to finish the season throwing a water bottle and telling them I'm embarrassed. There you go. What a way to send them off on their summer holidays. Yeah, so a disappointing game, but yeah, it really shows you just how much we need to just rejuvenate the squad a little bit ahead of next season. We are definitely not League One promotion contenders if we continue with this same vein of form. So, yes, we've got to be pleased. I mean, look, we finished 14 points above third place, 15 points above the playoffs. So, again, we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves, really, should we? But, yeah, it's just been a stuttering finish to the season, which is a real shame after looking so good for the first kind of, what was it, the first 31 games, 32 games. I think the first 32 games we won 3, lost 1, and then had 28 games unbeaten. From that point on, yeah, we were stuttering. It was a real shame. Let's praise McFadden, a goal and 2 assists. Am I being a little bit hasty thinking that I shouldn't continue with Mark McFadden for next season? He's got 22 goals and 6 assists in 43 games this season. Do I continue with him and hope that he can develop into a top League One player? Bit of a question there. What would you do? Would you stick with McFadden or would you be looking for that next level player? I'll explain in a minute what I'm thinking. So we get 10,000 for finishing second. I think we're going to spend a lot more than that in bonuses, to be fair. We're 200,000 in debt again. I never mentioned that, did I? You can see we had 657,000 in the bank. Now, on this particular day, whenever that was, we all of a sudden lost 650,000 for ground maintenance. It was a one-off payment for ground maintenance. Now, I don't know if that was to do with the youth facilities that we're building, which still hasn't been finished yet. We're going to have done 2 upgrades to the youth facilities this season, which is great. but we haven't been able to upgrade the first team training facilities for some reason. But yeah, I don't know if that payment was related to that, but we all of a sudden lost 650,000 in one payment for ground maintenance. So it left us once again in a financial hole. We've got to see where we are next season when the TV money comes in again. But that was really distressing. It means we've got no transfer budget. But what the good thing is with us going up, we do have a 29,000 wage budget for next season. I hope that doesn't get changed because of the financial situation. But right now it is at 29,000, a 12,000 or 11,500 increase, which obviously going up to League One, a lot of that is going to be absorbed by promotion increases. The majority of the squad are going to get 30% increases the moment we go up. So that will take up a lot of that 11,500. But hopefully we're still going to have kind of maybe 5,000 or 6,000 to spend, I'm hoping. I will show you the transfers that are confirmed for next season. But first of all, I want to show you the squad. Let's go to contracts. If we set it up by when they're expiring. So these are the players that are contracted to next season. Around about half the squad now have given new contracts to quite a lot of players. Igor Luiz, of course, until 2033. He doesn't have any interest in him now because since I got him to sign a new contract with a 5 million release clause, those championship sides have been scared off. So that's extremely pleasing. We've got Igor Luiz for a while yet. Callum Simpson has got interest from Sunderland and Wigan, and he has a 2.5 million release clause, 3.5 million. Now, although I absolutely love him and want him to stick around as long as possible because I think he can develop further into a really strong, at very least, League One player. If someone comes in with his release clause, I mean, that would just absolutely set us on a different level and maybe give us a chance to build a squad capable of going up from League One. So I wouldn't be adverse to seeing him go, but he is here for the moment. Anthony Dowling's still here, a good backup right back. Lamine Sharif, 31-year-old midfielder. He's on 450 a week with whatever the wage increase is going to be with promotion for another couple of years. Pleased because he can play right back, can play defensive midfield, can play ball, box-to-box midfielder. Jordan Rossiter here for another couple of seasons, which is great. Good experience, good League One level mentals and technicals. Henrik Hordegaard. Now he's only got 1 year left on his contract, and if we get off of that, you can see, look, he has got a whole host of championship teams interested. I'm sure this summer there is going to be a number of bids for him. I've tried to offer him a new contract several times, but he always wants a 400, or his agent maybe, always wants a 400,000 minimum release clause, which I'm not going to give him because if I put a 400,000 minimum release clause on him, all these championship teams are going to absolutely gobble that up. I've got to keep him around, even if it's just for another season. He is definitely League One quality, I think. So we might end up losing him in a year's time, or it might be that those championship sides have a bit of a bidding war for him in the summer. If I could get anything from $1 million up, I mean, I probably wouldn't get that because it says his value is up to $500,000. But I think I wouldn't want to be letting him go for less than $1 million. Let's see what happens with him in the summer. I hope I can keep him around. Malicio, I have signed onto another contract for another year. Most of these players only wanted to commit for another year. With us going up to League One, maybe they are not sure that we're going to be able to stay as a League One side. So they only really wanted to renew for a year and I guess see what's happening after that. Mavondo, I got to sign again, our fourth choice goalkeeper, who is out on loan, but he's developing really well. So I thought he was worth another contract. Just see what he develops into. Marinos Mikhail is on for another year. Agyapong is on for another year. Tommy Reed is on for another year. He's improved immensely. Again, only 5'9", but I mean his technicals have just come on no end through the course of this season. Hopefully he can continue developing, but I will be looking for a new goalkeeper as well. Joshua Duffers for another year, but he is not going to be good enough for League One. I'll be looking to loan him out. Yeah, I think he's not developing anymore. Only 6 goals and 6 assists this season. Brilliant servant to the club, but yeah, he's had his time. Harvey Davies signs on as backup goalkeeper. Ethan Varian still here. Robbie McKenzie, a little bit of League One quality, I think. Pablo Martinez out on loan. I'll look to renew that loan and get him out for the last year of his contract. Callum Robinson has a year, and then all of these players are out of contract at the end of this season. Gavin Schofield, he's got interest from Charlton and Ipswich. I'm hoping I can get him to sign on a free. He's out of contract at Bristol City. He's another player that has developed brilliantly through the season. Didn't get all the assists I was expecting. Has been poor the last 5 games. Look, 6.7. Like the rest of the squad, really tailed off at the end of the season. But he's developed really well. He's got League One mentals without question. And his passing, first touch and vision is just exceptional. So if I can get him on a free, that would be great. Sheringham I will send back to QPR. Callum Armitage, I hope I can get his contract renewed from Huddersfield. I think as a League One backup left back, he's absolutely fine. Lee Watkins, I would love to get back in again. Voles, I'll let go. McFadden, I've still got to decide. Elijah Reed-Stephen, I think I will let go. Marsh is going to leave. Taylor Dover, I will let go. Scully is going to be released. Mubama, I don't think he's done enough to get a contract as a League One striker. I mean, he's got 11 in 17 in the league, which was fantastic. 11 in 21 overall. Again, he's got brilliant anticipation, composure, brilliant heading, decent finishing, brilliant physicals with his 15 pace, 14 acceleration, 13 strength. But I just don't think he's a League One striker. So I think I'm going to let him go. And then, yeah, all the rest of these players are all out of contract at the end of the season. I'm going to let them all leave. And then here we've got some trialists. So that is the squad to finish this this episode. Next episode is going to be the season review, when I will really get into talking about what the plans are for next season and what the plans are for the squad. But I want to show you, to finish off today, the players that we have confirmed for next season. You can see I've got a couple of deals pending for Dylan Jones and Felix Huddlestone here. But I have got all of these green players confirmed for next season. 6 new signings, all brilliant youngsters being released from Premier League academies. Eugenio Moreno, or maybe it's Eugenio Moreno. Look at this, 18 years old. What a deep line playmaker he looks. 17 passing, 12 first touch. He's got a decent long shot on him. He can dribble a bit. He can tackle a little bit as well. His 11 vision needs to improve to be a really effective playmaker, but he looks great. So he's coming in from Liverpool. He is confirmed. That is fantastic. Edvin Persson is coming in from Chelsea, and he looks another really good deep line playmaker. 15 first touch, 13 passing, 13 vision, 16 teamwork, 15 determination, 14 composure on the ball, which is great for dictating play. He looks another good 18-year-old. So another midfielder there. Most of these are midfielders. Although I don't need so many midfielders and I don't need so many playmakers, I've confirmed them all just because I think they're great investments for the future. They're players that could be sold on to the Championship in the future. Eddie Little coming in from Liverpool. 15 first touch, 16 passing, 12 vision, 13 decisions, 13 composure. Another candidate to be the deep line playmaker, and he takes a good free kick as well. Now, wasn't Eddie Little, wasn't he one of the pair in the Little and Large comedic partnership? It was definitely Eddie Little, wasn't it? Or was it something Little and then Eddie Large? I don't know, but I need to find somebody called Large to pair up with Eddie Little here anyway. Yeah, so 3 deep line playmakers. I'm going to have to choose between those 3. Then Barnabas Mabwezi? Barnabas Mabwezi, also from Liverpool. He is a midfielder or a defender. I think he doesn't look like a defender because, in fact, he cannot mark for toffee. But he looks a decent defensive midfielder, ball-winning midfielder. He's costing only, I think he's going to come in on £170 a week, which looks an absolute bargain for these characteristics you can see. His passing's good, his tackling's great, he can head, so he's got a little bit of a decent physical presence in the midfield. 11 strength, 14 stamina. He looks a decent little player, so another midfielder there. Nonso Chinedu coming in from Chelsea. You can see we've ransacked Chelsea and Liverpool here. I think he can be an attacking playmaker, a number 10 for next season. 13 dribbling, 13 first touch, takes a good corner, 13 long shots, 13 passing, 15 vision, 11 off the ball, 13 flair, 11 decisions. He looks a brilliant number 10, a brilliant advanced playmaker. So I think he is going to give us something that we've really lacked this season, which is a little bit more playmaking ability further up the field, closer to the strikers. So I'm really, really pleased to have got him confirmed at the end of his Chelsea contract. And then to finish, another Liverpool player. So we've got 4 players coming in from Liverpool and 2 from Chelsea. Ben House. He is a bit of a target man. 16 strength. 14 pace, which is really good. 15 balance. 12 finishing, 12 first touch, 14 heading at 6'1". 11 off the ball, 13 anticipation, 12 decisions. Composure needs to improve a little bit, but he looks a really good little striker. And in the Liverpool under-23s, he's got 22 goals in 29 games this season, 7 assists as well. So he looks a really good capture. He looks like he could be League One quality, and obviously still loads of time to improve. If we look at the scout summary, he's got supposedly really good potential. His passing is lacking, so in the cons, he doesn't see the full picture. Lacks game intelligence, very one-footed, needs to work on becoming more consistent. So a couple of concerning things there, but he looks a decent player, and I think he looks capable, more than capable, of playing in League One. 17 bravery, along with 14 heading to put himself in there, could be very, very good, and 16 strength as well. So in the penalty box, put the ball in there, see what he can do with it. If we compare him to Mubama, you can see there's not a lot between them at all, and you could argue that maybe House looks slightly better. They are the same technically. House is better mentally, and he is better physically. So I think House at 18 years old looks a really, really good signing for the future. So those 6 are already confirmed, and with all the players going out, that is going to free up a lot of wage budget still to be able to really rebuild this squad. Now we have bid for Dylan Jones from Charlton. He looks a fantastic left back at 23 years old. He looks a definite League One quality left back, miles better than Cerula. Brilliant marking, good tackling, decent passing, takes a brilliant free kick, and he's got Cerula's dribbling and crossing. But the mentals are fantastic, the physicals are fantastic. Let's just compare him to Nick Cerula while we're here. Where are you, Nick? Nick Cerula. I mean, no comparison. Dylan Jones is the better player. The same technically, but much better mentally, much better physically. Would be a major upgrade. Now, what contract have we offered here? Has anyone else bid for him? No one else has bid so far, so hopefully we'll get Dylan Jones, and that will sort out our left back position. Now, Felix Huddlestone is a striker at Leicester. Have I bid for him? I thought I didn't bid for. Do you know what? I know what I've done with these two now. I wanted to give them contracts, but I'm going to have to pay compensation, which I haven't got any transfer budget to do. So Felix Huddleston here, who looks a really good striker with 15 first touch, 11 long shots, 14 finishing, 12 dribbling. He looks really good, good pace and acceleration as well. But to offer him a contract, I would have to pay Leicester compensation. And the same for Dylan Jones at Charlton. So I've basically made free transfer offers to try and get out of paying any compensation. They're probably going to turn me down. We'll have to see what happens with those. But yeah, those two are up in the air. So that's what's happening there. Those two are up in the air. We'll see if I can get them. I really want Dylan Jones. I think he'd be a fantastic League One left back. But that's where we are. That's where we'll leave it. I will see you guys for the next episode, which will be the season roundup. And then I am planning to do a season 10 pre-season transfer special where we'll spend a little bit of time really looking through pre-season and seeing what players end up coming in, what business we can do to try and mount a challenge in League One next season. So that is all from me as we hit 40 minutes of this episode. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel and help share us with your friends. Share on social media if you want us to go back to daily videos. If you want us to be a little bit more full on through the season. And I will see you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching Dog Turds into Diamonds. Bye for now.